maybe the Skins are just thinking we should do our homework on him. He's a quarterback. He's a guy who's going to go relatively high. Maybe his stock just slips. Maybe he's there in the third round when the Redskins have a selection. If they love him and they feel it's a great value, then he's a guy that you have to have at least a file on. And
or
I think
Cakes,
that's what they're doing.
What if they somehow trade the second pick and they move back in the draft,
right?
And they acquire more picks, kind of along the same lines of what you're thinking. I mean, if they are interested in him and they do trade back and they acquire, let's say a second round pick, which they don't have now, maybe they entertain taking him in the second round. Who knows? But I mean, there's no way they're taking him at number 2. That's not happening.
No, I think it's just due diligence. I mean, I don't have any issue. I mean, I don't care what they do anyway. But, I mean, I think talking to guys, if you're in the draft, you want to know what you got everywhere because, as you say, you may trade down. What if somebody comes up with some crazy offer for Haskins or something in the middle of the trade? You know what I mean? You have no idea what could happen. So you want to have a file on all these guys. And if you get an opportunity, now, obviously, they can't meet with them. But, are they doing, like, virtual meetings with guys? What's going on with that? They're doing that? They're, like, Zooming and FaceTiming guys and interviewing them that way?
Probably. I think that's what they're doing some of, yeah.
Yeah. But doing your homework on a guy, I don't think that's particularly newsworthy. Yeah, because you got to do that with everybody.
Doesn't mean that they're very serious about it. Doing homework, they're doing homework on a bunch of guys.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
Because you never know what situation could come up.
Correct.
In the draft. I mean, I'm still of the mindset, and I turned on this about 3 or 4 weeks ago, where I would love to see them trade down and just get a bunch of picks. And I think Chase Young is going to be a superstar. He's a DeMatha kid. Jason and I went to DeMatha. I'm rooting for him. But they just need so much help. I would love to just trade down and acquire picks. I just don't know if it's going to happen.
What do you think the likelihood is?
My next-door neighbor's son, who plays football at Fairmont, also went to DeMatha for the first 3 years, and then he transferred to a public school over here in Loudoun County. He works out with Jace because he knows Jace because he played together. He saase Jace is just a beast.
Oh, yeah. There's no question about that.
I mean, he says he's just a freak.
Yeah.
So I still think they're going to take Chase at 2, but there's a possibility they move back.
I think they are. Yep. But I would personally like to see him trade out of it. I will say this. I almost guarantee that they trade down after that to accumulate more picks. I almost guarantee it because they have to. They don't have enough picks. They have
trade
so
down
many
from
needs.
their third-round pick because they don't have a second-rounder.
Yeah.
What do you think the likelihood is now as we sit here about a week and a half away from the draft that they draft Chase Young? 99%?
No, I think it's like 75.
I'd say 80 to 85.
I would probably say higher than 80, but maybe not 99.
Yeah.
I think it's. I mean, I think they'd love to trade out of it if they could get a great offer, but it doesn't seem like anything's looming.
They just have to hope that other people get in on the Tua sweepstakes, and that the Dolphins aren't just banking on him being there at number 5. If they really want to trade that number 2 pick, they better start hearing rumors that the Chargers want to move up to get Tua, or they better start spreading those rumors because if you don't have that, then you're not going to have that much leverage to deal number 2.
Did you guys watch any of? Because I actually watched a couple minutes of the footage that Mortensen put out there of his workout. Did you watch any? Have any opinion on it? I mean, it's hard to know because they're just in shorts and a T-shirt throwing. But I was shocked to learn that Mike Lombardi apparently at some point, maybe this is old news, maybe he knew this and tweeted this 3 weeks ago, but I just saw that he had said that at the Combine, I think it was, or at some point, Tua failed 2 team physicals. At some point. That was news to me. I didn't know that.
My takeaway from watching his pro day clips was a lot of swing passes to like running backs out of the backfield, a lot of passes to the flat. Like,
right.
I mean, I understand that the NFL is becoming more of that. It's not all just, rip it downfield 30 or 35 yards. I would have liked to have seen a little more of that.
Well, they didn't have a lot of room. So, like, deep balls they couldn't really throw.
I mean, you can't find a warehouse. Like, seriously.
It's hard.
I guess.
It's hard to find. Even high
schools, they're all closed.
They're locked.
I guess. They're all padlocked.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's hard, man.
I just think a lot of times those pro days, particularly for the 4 of us, we don't know really what we're looking for. They always look good. I mean, I remember the big deal that was made of Johnny Manziel a few years ago. And Johnny Manziel apparently, outside of him wearing kind of headphones and being douchey, which was a red flag, wowed people. Like,
Right.
wow, he looks great.
I think I distinctly remember as soon as Johnny Manziel had that workout, wasn't Drab T-shirt scurrying to like get his workout gear? Like it was, he came out in this like Nike camouflage gear, and Drab T-shirt couldn't wait to spend $500 on it.
But again, with Johnny, I hate to go back there because I was a pro Johnny guy. The guy was on like crack. I mean, you know, like you have to take. Like, I think Johnny had the talent. We have no idea what Johnny Manziel could have been if he wasn't a substance abuser. So I think that's kind of the asterisk with Johnny.
No doubt.
But I agree.
That was the major hurdle. Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with you. It's hard to say. I actually thought when I watched Tua, I saw one or two incompletions, and I was always under the impression those guys are supposed to go damn near perfect in those things. So that's what I saw.
It could be receivers running bad routes, or
definitely.
It could be a number of things.
Definitely. But I also thought too just how he looks. I mean, obviously they play different games, and Russell Wilson's more of a runner, could do everything. But he just kind of looks like Russell Wilson, the body type. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Now, he's a lefty, and Wilson's a righty. But just like body type. Man, I could see how people could say, "Hey, maybe he's the next Russell Wilson." He's got that body type. Probably arm is probably similar.
We've talked about this before. If I were the Skins, there's only a couple teams that I would be interested in trading with to acquire all those picks. So obviously, Miami's one because they have all those first round picks cakes, right? So
yeah, they got 3.
Yeah, another team would be Jacksonville because they have 9 and 20. I guess the Raiders would be interesting because they've got a couple first round. I think they have 12 and 19. But, if New England is interested in trading up, I'm not as interested because they can't offer what those other teams can. So it's got to be a really good deal for me to pass on Chase Young.
Right.
Like exceptional.
Yeah, it's got to be a crazy package that you're offered.
And it's got to be one of those 3 teams.
Especially if you think Chase Young's going to come in as a rookie and give you double-digit sacks, which is a highly valuable commodity.
Well, I thought Sweat was going to give me double-digit sacks.
He got you 7? 7 as a rookie.
They were 7 of the quietest sacks in history.
It was Preston Smith-like.
Hey, EB, he came on late, and he got you 7 sacks in a Manubsky-led defense.
All right. I'm still not high on him.
Think about what he'll do with Jack Del Rio and a defensive coach at the helm.
I hope you're right. He was a major disappointment for me. I was super high on him.
Hold on, you're majorly disappointed with 7 sacks from a rookie?
I kind of was, Cakes.
What?
But he got better.
He did get better towards the end. He contributed. But, I'm sorry, Cakes. I thought he was going to come in and just be a sud.
I think he'll have a much better year this year.
He was a first rounder, but he wasn't the first pick overall.
I know. Cakes, look, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe my expectations are...
What's your bar, 15 sacks for a rookie?
Do you think he had much of an impact? He didn't have an impact until maybe the last 3 weeks.
Well, I mean, he's young. He's feeling his way.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. But some guys, they don't feel their way. They just, boom, have an impact right away.